Welcome to the learning session of TradeOps. Today we will be doing a walkthrough of Zerodha. So basically you need to have an account in Zerodha. If not, you can use the link provided to create one. Once you create an account, you would receive the login credentials. So let's start what next. Once we have created an account, we need to do. So basically you can see here, this is the main front page, which this is the URL of the page. So you need to log in to this page. Once you have login out here, you need to enter your login credentials and password. After this, you'll be prompted for a user ID, the ID which you would have set. That's a multi-authentication page where they ask for PIN. So you need to enter that. And once it's done, you will be redirected to the home screen. This is the dashboard. You'll be redirected to here. So once you are redirected here, you can see that in this section is the watchlist section. So you keep a tracks of all your holdings and all your stocks, whichever you are on your watchlist. So all those, be it from your holding stocks or whatever. So you keep a track of all of them from here. So out here you can add as many as 250 stocks, 50 each in every watchlist. So there are total 5 watchlists. So 15 times 5. So you can use this to save up to 250 stocks in a watchlist at a time. But generally what I do is I keep this fifth section for indices. So for me, it is limited only to 200 stocks because the fifth one is reserved in my account for indices. So let's start from indices only first. So we can add any indice of our wish. Yeah, so this is Nifty 50. You can ignore the movements of the stocks right now because it is in the during the live market hours. Next, we can so this is Bank Nifty and many more. So I keep a track of all the indices out here, and the other fours are used for stocks. So you can add stocks out here of your choice. So let's add Infosys. Okay, so you can see out here some more things. This is a stock of NSE and this is a stock from BSE. So there's no compulsion that you need to add a stock from NSE or from BSE, anyone. You can use any of them. Generally, BSE stocks are less volatile as compared to the NSE ones. So their price movements are a bit faster as compared to this, and they provide 50 market depths. So I generally try to add the stocks which are in NSE. Means the Infosys is in both, like it's in NSE as well as in BSE. So I'll be adding the one which is in NSE instead, rather than of adding the one which is in BSE. So I'll add this. Escape. Yeah. So this stock is added. Once it's added, you can see this is buy. Buy is basically to buy this share, the share of this. Then next comes a sell. This is market depth, which I was actually talking about. So if you can see the difference out here, yeah. So this is market depth. I'll show you the difference also. So this is Infosys added of from NSE. So you can see the price of market depth is up to 20, maximum 20 market depths. But to the same thing in BSE, if you add the BSE part, it only provides up to 5. So the top 5 market depths are only given here. So this is the one of the major reason why we generally avoid the BSE part of any stock. There's not much difference in the price, you can see. But yeah, we can say that the market depth or seeing this while analyzing, it's better to keep the NSE. So I'll delete this. We can add other stocks as well. Let's say I want to add some ETFs. So this is gold bees. So these are ETFs, basically exchange traded funds. So they actually replicate the price of gold. So if gold price is increasing, this ETF would also be increasing the same rate. So we have seen till market depths. This is the chart to just see the chart of the stock, whichever stock you want. So yeah, this is basically the stock of gold bees. Next comes this is bleed. So here comes the major part. You can create a GTT for this. This is basically the trigger which is used. Like you don't use you don't do trades every day. You are busy in your studies and your job. So in such cases, you can use this GTT to that. Yeah, if this price comes to around 38 or something, I'll buy this. But I don't have time to track it daily. So I'll just create a GTT of let's say 38 and I'll leave this. So you can do a buy GTT or a sell. So let's say for buy, I give a trigger price of let's say 38. So of how many quantity you want and then the price. This was the trigger price. Once it's triggered, this will be the buy price. So buy price can be let's say 37.9 or something, whatever. So once it's done, you can just click on buy and it will be gone. So it will be created a GTT and whenever that price comes, it will buy it automatically. So the same is for selling also. There are other features also like fundamentals, technicals. So in fundamentals, you can see the fundamentals of this. So this gold bees is basically like its full name is Nippon India Gold Bees ETF. It's a ETF of gold, which I already told you. Uh, this is small case, so it shows us that this stock is in two small cases right now, and these are the compounded annual growth rates of both of them. So you can analyze from here. These are some technical terms which currently would be a bit difficult for you to understand. But as I can explain you an overview that how they actually work. So this is 52 weeks high, which means in the last 52 weeks means 1 year, it has shown an high of 51 rupees. And this is the lowest price in the last since 1 year. So 35 is the lowest price. And in 1 month, it showed an annual return of in a monthly return of 4%, whereas in a year you can see it's around negative 4.4%. So next, there is one more feature. I'll just show you. Let's go to a stock. That was ETF. So yeah, in a stock, if you go for fundamentals, right? So there comes events as well. So I have opened for Infosys currently. So in Infosys, you can see that there's an upcoming event which is a dividend. So there's a dividend announced of rupees 15 for the current existing shareholders. If you are buying, you have bought the share and you are holding it up to 31st of March, you will be eligible for this dividend. Then you can see the past announcements, whatever were made. You can even download them. Like basically, you can use this for tracking them instead of going on Money Control or any other website and tracking them. Just track a overview that yeah, this has happened. Just see them. So you can also see the news of what basically happened in Infosys. So there's some news out there. Okay, similar way you can use for every other. Like if there's an event going on also, you can it will be highlighted there. So currently I don't remember a stock with some events. Yeah, there are. I remember one. Let me just add it. So I guess there's an event in Adani Green. Yeah. So you can see there's this event showing out there. So this means that there is an upcoming event which is very near. So you can just go to that same fundamentals and you can see that what's the event. So you can see that tomorrow there is a event which is basically like earning release. So yeah, this would be like okay that there's a earning release, so that's why they were showing us an event trigger out there. So now let's go to other parts. So I have explained you all these that what you can add and what not. You can sort by as well all these. You can change the format in which it's showing, like currently it's showing in the percentage format. You can see this in absolute format, that how many points have it fallen actually. So like it has went up by 0.16, it has fallen by 88, 120 rupees. So you can use this to change it like in the percentage form or in the absolute form and so on. So this is the basic workflow. This was the dashboard. This is orders. What happens in order is that if you place any order today, like if you place a buy or a sell anything, it would be shown up here. So now next comes is holdings. This is holdings. Holdings is basically when you are holding something. So if you are holding something, it will be shown here. There's nothing currently. This is positions. Well, there is a very minute difference in both. Holdings is when the stock completes one day, like today you bought it, it would be shown in positions. Once the day is ended, the day is completed, next day morning after the settlements, it would be shifted to holdings. If you have bought it and you haven't sold it yet, so it will be shifted to holdings. So positions clear up every day, so it will be empty every day morning, and holdings, whatever was left out here, it will be shifted to holdings that you are holding it. So that's the only difference between holdings and positions. Positions shows the intraday, the day levels, and holdings is shifted to holdings next day. Next is funds. Whatever funds you add, it will be shown here. You can add, withdraw, and in apps there are, like currently you can see nothing is there, but you can add some. So now let's move on to the next section. So after completing this, the next section is console. Just yeah. So in this console, you can see this is the main page. So what basically is this console is, what Zerodha has done is they have divided their whole website or their whole working into different parts. So Kite is the part which basically handles only the trading section, your trades, whatever comes there, whatever you trade and all. And the backend, your keeping a track of your all trades, your settlements, your statements, your how much was added, what is your, and all the analysis part or whatever is needed, all those reports and all, they are stored in this console section. So from here, if you want to know that, like from funds also, if you want to see this view statements, if you can see this view statements. So this view statements, once you click here, it will redirect you to that same section, that is console. So it will be redirecting you to the statement, this one. So this is the main part which handles everything. In this console, in portfolio, you can see like there's positions, which I showed you in here also. This was the positions. So it keeps a track of positions of, then this is for holdings, the same holdings which we see here, the same will be reflected out here as well. This is IPO. Basically, what is IPO is if there is any upcoming IPO or something, you can track it from here. And this is for corporate actions. I'll talk about IPO again in the further part. So next we come to reports. So in reports, you can track your trade book, whatever you have taken till now. This is your profit and loss. This is the only part that I suggest to freshers to always keep a track of, because how much profit you have earned till date and how much have you actually, is it a profit or it's a loss, you can keep a track of here, because it's not possible daily to remember that yes, today I made a profit of 5 rupees, tomorrow 10 rupees, because in the beginning we're starting with this amount only. So 5, 10, 15, it's difficult to calculate them on daily basis. So this does that part for you automatically. This is for tax part, which is basically exempted for us, for below 5 lakhs. So we don't need to go in deep for them. This is the 60 days challenge. I'll explain this a bit soon. This funds part is the same, which I just told you. If you add something out there, you can check that from the statement, how much was added, what were the deductions made, and all. Uh, okay. Okay. So next, let's move on to 60 days challenge. So this is basically a 60 days challenge. To go here, you just need to go on reports and 60-day challenge. This is basically, this was made mostly to encourage traders, new traders. So this challenge says that if you are profitable throughout the 60 days, like at the end of 60 days, if you are green, which means that if you have made some profit at the end of 60 days, they will provide you a certificate and they will declare you as you won this challenge. So you can start this challenge. It's basically just to keep you motivated. Like you will be motivated seeing this that yes, in the very beginning 60 days, I made a profit. This is profit and loss. You can keep a track of here. You just need to enter the date range and click here. Currently, there's nothing out here. It will build a report for you because this is a new account, so there's nothing here. But once you have traded, you'll even see the activities out here. Like if you have made profit, it will be green on that day, or if you have made a loss, it will be red on that day. And depending, like if it's a bit less red, which are light red. So if it's light red means low loss. If it's dark red means more loss. Light green means less profit. Dark green means more profit. And similarly, and you can instead of seeing and calculating from here, just click here on this button, enter the date range, and click here. So once done, you will see that there will be a report generated, and that in that report you will see all your profit which you have made. I'll just try to show it to you as well. So let's say in this data environment, its report is empty currently, but yeah, if you have a report, it will show you. This is for IPO. This is for those who are trying to apply for an IPO. So that IPO will be available here. You just need to go and bid in that IPO. Currently, there is no open IPO right now. You can check for upcoming IPOs from here. So yeah, there are some upcoming IPOs who have filed for an IPO, but the dates have not yet been announced. So once they are announced and once the date is there, open, we can go to this section and just simply apply for the IPO. Yeah, so that's all. These are the basic things which we should know for trading. Apart from this, I'll just show you one more thing about the chart. So in this chart, let's take a chart of Infosys. So in this chart, you can change from here. You can change it to the time frame, like 5 minutes candle chart, or 1 day time frame, or 1 month, 1 week, whatever. So you can change this from here. I'll just keep it to 15 minutes for now. Yeah. So you can see this is 15 minutes time frame chart. You can change your views, your display. So like this is currently a candlestick chart, as I told. You can change it to bar chart or line chart or something. Generally, we trade using candlestick charts. You can use some studies, which I'll be discussing later in some other videos, where which are the common studies, technical analysis tools we can use. This also, other than this, you can draw out here. Like if you see some, I'll talk about all these, that what is the resistance, what is the support, and all. So once I talk about them, I'll surely explain them as well. So yeah, something like this. This is a support zone. So it constantly keeps on taking support out here. And so yeah. So like this, we just draw, we do all these for analysis. This is how you can do chart analysis. That's all for the day. So thank you.